Hi, Codies. I'm your host, Tiffany. And as promised, we will be discussing what strings are and how they're used. A string is essentially a piece of text. For example, hello, everybody, or hi, Codies. Now I'm going to open up my IntelliJ so that we can create a program. In our program, we're going to declare and initialize string variables and work with a few other methods. To declare and initialize a string variable, we type string and we're going to name our string message. And we're going to use the assignment operator, and then we're going to type double quotations. Inside the double quotations, we're going to type hello everybody and close it with a semicolon. Now, hello everybody has been assigned to the variable message. And strings are very easy to identify because they're always inside double quotations. Let's print this to the screen by typing system.out.println. In parentheses, we're just going to leave the word message and close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. I'm going to give you another example of how strings can be used and joined together. Joining strings together is called concatenating. It ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? Okay, so we're going to create another string. Call it message1. We're going to assign hi Codies, and we're going to close it with a semicolon. Then we're going to come on the second line and create another string, and we're going to call that string message2. Inside the double quotes, we're going to put you are the best and close it with a semicolon. Let's join these two statements together. We type system.out.println. Inside the parentheses, we're going to type message1, which is the variable name, plus message2. And then we're going to come out of the parentheses and close it with a semicolon. Now, this is just one way of joining string statements. There are other ways you can join a string statement. And if you're curious as to how you do this, leave me a how comment and I'll respond by dropping another video showing more ways you can join a string statement. But for now, let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now, before we dive deeper into strings, I want to point out that strings are data types. And more importantly, strings are objects of the string class. The string class provides us with a number of pre-written methods that we use to work on strings. To explain more, a method is a block of reusable code that performs a certain task. And now we're going to explore some of the commonly used string methods. Suppose we want to check to see how many characters are stored in our message string. We could count each letter in space, but that could become time-consuming very quickly. So in this case, we would type system.out.println. Inside the parentheses, type message.length. Another set of parentheses. Outside the first set of parentheses, we're going to close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 characters. I want to point out that methods are pretty easy to spot because they're always used with the dot operator. Furthermore, not only can we check the length of a string, we can change a string to uppercase letters or even lowercase letters. To do this, we type system.out.println. Inside the parentheses, we type message, which is the variable name, dot, two uppercase, parentheses, move aside, and we're going to close it with a semicolon. You do the same thing for lowercase. You system.out.println, message, dot, to lowercase, parentheses, we move aside and put a semicolon. Now let's run our program. And voila, it works. We have hello everybody in uppercase letters, and we also have hello everybody in lowercase letters. Next, we're going to discuss the substring method. The substring method is used to extract substrings from larger strings. And also, the substring method is an example of a method that requires one argument in order for the method itself to work. So, to explain more, in Java, some methods require certain data. This data is known as an argument. An argument is passed inside the parentheses that follows the method name. I'm going to quickly delete some of these lines of code. Let's look at our hello everybody string that's assigned to the variable message. We're going to count the index value starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The E is in the 6th index place. Suppose we wanted to display the message string without displaying hello. We would type system.out.println. Inside the parentheses, we would type message dot substring 6 inside the parentheses and close it with a semicolon. It's the number 6 because as we counted, we saw that the E was in the 6th index position. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now I'm going to show you a different way to do the same thing. We're going to create a new string variable, call it first substring. We're going to use the assignment operator, and inside the double quotes, we're going to type hello everybody. On the other side, we're going to use the dot substring. Inside the parentheses, we're going to pass a 6 as an argument and close it with a semicolon. This statement is essentially the same as the previous example. Also, keep in mind the number 6 is passed as an argument because it's the index that the letter E is sitting in. And I want to print out everybody. So when I count it, E was in the 6th index, and that's why I'm putting the 6 as the argument. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Also, the string method comes with another variation that allows us to extract a substring from one index to another. Suppose we want to extract a substring from index position 1 to index position 7. We would type string second substring assign message dot substring inside the parentheses 1, 8 and close it with a semicolon. Remember, hello everybody is assigned to the string variable message. Now we have two arguments, 1 and 8. The first argument, which is the 1, tells the compiler the index of the starting position. The second argument tells the compiler the index of the first position to stop extracting. With 8 being the second argument, the compiler will stop extracting at index 8 and not after 8. And if this works as expected, we should get ELLO space EV. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. ELLO space EV is assigned to the variable second substring. Meanwhile, hello everybody is still assigned to the message variable. Therefore, the string assigned to the message variable, in this case, hello everybody, was not affected by the substring method itself. Moving on to the char@at method. The char@at method returns a single character at a specific location. For this example, we will create a char variable and name it myChar. Then we will assign the string hello everybody to it and use the dot operator and type char at parentheses 1 and close it with a semicolon. This statement is basically saying, tell me what's stored in index 1 position. I forgot the system.out println this, so it won't display. So now I'm going to system.out.println in the parentheses myChar, close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now on to the equals method. The equals method is used to verify if two strings are identical. If the strings are equal, the equal method will return a true statement. If not, it will return a false. So let's create a Boolean variable and name it same string or not. Let's assign the hello everybody string. Use the dot operator and type equals. Inside the parentheses, we're going to pass the string variable message and close it with a semicolon. Now we're going to system.out.println, pass the Boolean variable name, same string or not, and close the parentheses with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Let's create another Boolean variable. We're going to call it same string or not to. We're going to assign the string hello everybody and use the dot operator equals inside the parentheses message 1 and close it with a semicolon. Remember, message 1 has hi Cody's assigned to it. Let's system.out.println inside the parentheses same string or not to. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now we've just covered the most commonly used string methods in Java. I ask that if you found this video helpful, hit the like button. Leave me a comment on which part helped you. Share, subscribe. Most importantly, make sure your notifications are turned on. And thanks for watching.